What is up, guys? Welcome to the video. Today I'm answering your questions. We got a lot of really good ones, so I figure this will be a interesting Q&A. I'm gonna try to go through as many as I can. I don't want to talk too much in the beginning, so we can get straight to these questions. I'm going straight off the cuff. You can thank Grant if your question got picked. I told him to challenge me with questions. Don't try to do the same ones. Do ones that would make me, have to open up a little bit. So he did just that. We're gonna get started right away. So first question is from Tanner Reese, and he asks, what is one thing you wish you could change about the fitness industry? That's a tough question to answer because I think there's a lot of things wrong with the fitness industry, right? I think on one hand, it's a very inspiring industry because now more so than ever in history, you can get on YouTube, you can get on Instagram, and you can see people that are successful with fitness, successful in changing their bodies, their mindsets. You can mirror what you do after them, and we live in the information age. You can literally learn everything you want, and all that information is easily accessible. That's incredible. But I would say the one thing I would change about it would probably be the amount of lies out there in regards to fitness. The amount of people on anabolic steroids that'll never mention it and can't mention it because of their sponsors, because of this, because of that. So you see these guys that are just jacked to the gills and you're like, I want to be like that, but they tell you to follow a diet, to do this, do that, but in reality, a lot of it is steroids. And I'm not talking down on anabolic steroids. I have some people I know in my life that take anabolic steroids, but it's just one of those things, a lot of uneducated people don't get it. Your average person just getting into fitness for the first time hops on, sees so-and-so on Instagram, so-and-so on YouTube, and thinks that that's attainable in, a year of following a diet, when in reality, there's a lot more at play at that point. So that's the one thing I would probably change, would just be education, right? And I guess that's you could probably say that about any industry. So thank you, Tanner, for your question. Next question from JD Prayer Fitness. What is one fear or hurdle you wish you overcame earlier in life, or one you still need to face? That one's easy, and that is belief in myself. I went through a lot of my life thinking that I was not intelligent, not capable of achieving success, not good looking enough to do things like I'm doing right now. But in all reality, all you need to do is believe in yourself. And if you believe in yourself and you put that energy out there and you go after what you want, other people sense that and they start to believe in you too. Before I got into all of this, I just sat in my room and played video games and went out and drowned my sorrows with alcohol, and that was my only way to really let loose. Now I let loose by working. Working has kind of became my drug. I just want to work, I just want to work, I just want to work, I just want to get more successful, and it is basically what I'm addicted to right now. I was talking the other day, I'm probably addicted to success and addicted to self-betterment. If I'm sitting on the couch not working, I feel like I'm wasting my time, and I get anxious, I get anxiety for it. So one fear, it would just be me believing in myself earlier. I wish I would have. Imagine if I believed in myself at 18, when I was in college, started YouTube and then, doing all this then. Imagine where I'd be now, but wishful thinking, I guess. Thank you, JD. From Angelo Darren, what would you say is the number one thing that has allowed you to be successful this far? What is the one thing that burns inside your body that continues to drive you? I would say it is consistency and not giving up. Those two things are the most important no matter what you're doing. Consistency in that, whatever you are doing, you're gonna start and you're not gonna be very good at it. My first YouTube videos, my first times in the gym, my first time speaking on camera, everything, right? But the more you do anything, you have no choice but to get better at it. There's a Bruce Lee quote, I'm gonna butcher it right now, I've been butchering it for a while, but he said, don't fear the man that's thrown 10,000 punches, fear the man that's thrown one punch 10,000 times, right? So the more you do anything, you get better at it. Practice, practice, repetition. And then the other thing is not giving up. You do it in the first, 1,000 punches, you might not be the best, but after a set amount of time, something starts to click. It makes sense. These videos now are easy for me to make. I get on here, I just get on, I talk, I do my thing, I live my life, and this ain't nothing to me now, right? So this isn't even challenging. So now mindset is what can I move on to now to continue growing, to continue challenging myself, right? How can I keep leveling up? That's the mindset. So I would say consistency, like I said, belief in yourself is huge, but I'm not giving up, man. A lot of people could be awesome at so many things they try, but they just give up too soon, right? If I'd have given up in the beginning of YouTube, I never would have known what my life would be like right now. Right? Thank you, Angelo, for your question, man. Carolina on Twitter, what are you and Grant most excited about seeing when coming to LA? I kind of proofread some of these beforehand. I don't think there's any one thing I'm super excited about seeing. It's not like I'm going out to LA I can't wait to go to Disneyland or World. I'm not sure which one's out there. Comment below if you know. But it's I think just seeing anything new is what I'm excited about, right? Getting away from the monotony of my day-to-day. I see the same things every day. I drive the same paths to the same places. I go in, pick up the same dumbbells, do the same lifts. I look and I see the same sunsets. Anything new, right? I don't feel like I'm being challenged right now by my environment. I want to go out somewhere where every day's an adventure, right? So that's what I'm looking forward to seeing, probably, is the adventure of it. And hopefully you guys are too. Bring the camera, show you guys beautiful Los Angeles. It's gonna be a good time. Thank you, Carolina. Next question from Rob Tremonti. If you could be stranded on an island with one person, who is it and why? That's a really good question. If I had to pick, honestly, it's gonna sound crazy, but I know I've hinted at this in a lot of past things. Probably Lil Wayne. Remington. I'm a huge music fan, more of a music fan than like any of you guys would probably ever know. When growing up, Lil Wayne was like my idol. Like every song, every mixtape he put out, I listened to, I absorbed it. Even his new stuff he puts out now that doesn't get near as much exposure, I listen to. I know so many lyrics to. Follow Ankrum on Instagram if you want to see me live rapping to some songs. But yeah, it's like, I don't know, I would just do it. I've always wanted to pick his brain, like, and just talk to him, and that'd probably be it. But I mean, now, you know, if I knew it was gonna be like a long-term stay, I'd probably have to pick a female because, you know, obvious reasons, you know, you're one person on an island, need yourself a woman. Thanks, Rob, for the question, man. Shout out Gunsmith Clothing. Speaking of clothing, from K Shaw 189, when will you be dropping your new clothing line? That is a good question. So I'm gonna try to hold off, I think, on the full launch until I move, just so I don't have to move all the inventory. But I will say, as of like a week ago, we ordered samples, so I will have first round samples of fits and everything in a couple weeks. So when I get back from LA, I'll have it and I'll be able to like show you guys the quality and what I'm really trying to do here. Like I said, it's not just like me printing on shirts like this. I loved this apparel, but like this is the real deal. I'm putting a lot of money into this, and I'm putting a lot of time and effort and energy into this, and I'm pumped. I'm pumped for it. Reveal the name, reveal everything. The goal, I think, with any business is to do something you're proud of, right? You know, not that I wasn't proud of this, but like this new stuff is something that I just, like, I'm proud of myself, and it feels right in my gut, right? I feel like I'm doing the right things. Thank you, man, for your question. Appreciate you. From Matt Friedman, could you talk about going out / drinking and finding the balance and still making progress? All right, Matt, this is something I struggled with for a while. I kind of talked about it a little bit earlier in the Q&A. When I first started like fitness and stuff like that, it was a result of like a bad breakup. And I went a lot of my life in a relationship where I didn't get to go out and party and do like too much out and be like real social. So when you break up and you start lifting weights, you're feeling good, you're looking good, you want to go out, you want to meet people. And in a town like where I'm at, like the bars is one of the only places to do it if it's not like the gym. So I'll go out every single weekend and get destroyed. I'm talking like blackout like every single weekend. And at some point when you do that, you just spin your wheels. And I'm at a point in my life now where like I drink very rarely. And if I do, I really try not to get drunk. I try my hardest, try to have like 3 or 4 drinks and be good, stick with clear liquor, 0-calorie mixers. And even then I still wake up the next day feeling under the weather. So at some point, ask yourself, you gotta look in the mirror and you gotta go, is my goal more important than going out and drinking alcohol? Because ultimately alcohol is a crutch. It's fun, it loosens you up, it gets you going, but like you don't need it, right? It's not a necessity. It's not like you have to go out in order to be social, you need alcohol. Like I said, it helps kind of break the ice, so to say, but like, man, if you're confident in yourself and you're having fun, then you know, you don't need that alcohol to socialize or do whatever. Truth be told, you're out, you're not having fun, and it's gonna take alcohol to make you have fun. Is it really a fun experience? You know? I guess that's the question you gotta ask yourself. So balance, I would keep it to once every couple weeks, and I would try not to get hammered. Every time you get hammered, man, it does a cascade of bad things to your body, especially for men and testosterone levels. Look that up. So I always say long-term goals should be more important than short-term satisfaction, like in the form of alcohol. So thanks, Matt, for your question. 5-minute sup reviews. What's up, homie? When you do your daily cardio session, you aim for a specific calorie total or a time total? Hashtag LA bound. He knows what's up. Anytime I do cardio, I don't aim for a calorie total because none of the ways you can really measure that on a machine is going to be accurate for you. Like there's certain times I can get on a treadmill and pre-programmed for the person that was on before me, and it could be someone that might weigh 300 pounds, be like 6'6". So like I'll get like 5 minutes in, it's like you burned 100 calories. Impossible. I always aim for time. I think time's good. Time's consistent. You're not gonna get the variation from machine to machine. You know, you're putting in 20 minutes of work, you're breathing heavy, like you can gauge it better that way. Add, subtract, whatever you gotta do for your goals. So thanks for your question, man. Appreciate you. From Braden P22, what will you miss the most out of Ohio once you move? Quite honestly, probably roosters. If I'm being serious, I would say like, you know, friends and family, not being able to go see them all the time. Like one of my goals with the move, I want to be so successful, like financially, that like I can take care of the people I love, right? I want to like fly my brother out to live with me in California. I want to like, if my dad needs help, I want to be able to take care of my dad so he doesn't have to work until he's 80 years old doing manual labor because he didn't get his retirement set up right. You know what I mean? Like I want to be able to take care of the people that I cherish. I understand in the short term, I'm going to have to, you know, go with like not seeing people I love, people I care about. But in the long term though, goals I have in my head, like the goal is to like lift everybody up. When you talk about finances, some people get all weird about it. Like I talked about in the last video, 2 words offended so many people: tax bracket, right? Never would have thought. Goal isn't to like have massive amounts of wealth to where like I'm just like, I don't know, waterfalls and Lamborghinis and stuff. Like, yeah, that might come with it. But like the ultimate goal is like, I want to help people that I love. I want to be in a position where like if I see someone struggling that I care about, like I can lift them up. That's the ultimate goal. So man, that question took a turn, but what we missed the most about once you move, yeah, man, friends and family for sure. Thanks for your question, man. From Bulletproof Studios, I like this question. How do you manage planning your new apparel launch, owning and managing Purebolics, out hustle, go to the gym every day, upload, edit videos, and stay on your feet? My days seem to go so fast I can hardly get anything done. What do you suggest I do to get more out out of my day. Here's the thing. What I do now in entrepreneurship on the whole, especially when you have multiple things you're trying to do all at once, it is not for everybody. If I told you that I was the happiest guy in the world, I'd probably be lying right now. If I told you that I wasn't stressed out extremely, you guys might have seen it in the last few videos, I would be lying completely. Like, this is from the moment I wake up to the moment I go to sleep, I am working every single day. Whether it's my laptop in bed doing stuff before I go to sleep, whether it's waking up first thing in the morning, doing emails, trying to pull the camera out, take a video, then I gotta edit the video, like then I gotta just everything, right? Like, it is not for everybody, but it all depends, like I said, on how badly you want it. I'm giving up a lot of my time right now in order to be successful down the road, right? I'm gonna work these young bones while I can, so later on in life I can relax, and so can the people around me. What do I recommend you do to get more out of your day? Man, you just gotta start moving and don't stop moving. An object in motion stays in motion. There's no point in my day where I sit down to take a break and like watch TV or really get on my phone for an extended period of time. It's moving. The closest thing I get to a break is sitting down to eat a meal, and I scarf that thing down in like 5 to 10 minutes, if that. So I'm just moving all day, right? You do that, you don't stop, you're gonna get stuff done. Be educated about it, kind of plan your days out a little bit. You'll be good, even though I don't plan my days. I just wing them, but everything seems to get done. So thanks for your question, man. Appreciate you. Soul Train, what's something you believed to be true a year ago, but don't anymore? Probably that nothing is impossible. I've watched and seen the craziest things happen, not only in my life, but in other people's lives. I've watched people go from nothing to insane amounts of success. I've seen and felt all sorts of crazy experiences in my life that have made me believe that, like, as long as your mind is right, you can have and do whatever you want, right? We're trapped in these bubbles where, like, people tell you need to get a college degree and you have to do this, you have to go down this set path. Everybody tells you how they want you to live, but like, none of that is true. Right? You can do whatever you want. Go to any person that is extremely successful. Talk about their journey. That's why I love sitting down with people that are more successful than me, so I can sit down and they can like just tell me their story. And it's like, it all kind of starts from the same thing. Like, a lot of people start with this idea, no one believes in them, they have to work. It doesn't work for the longest time, then eventually it clicks. And that's the thing, nothing is impossible. You can have and do whatever you want. You just gotta believe in yourself. And that is the most important muscle to train. It's not your biceps, it's not your chest, it's not your back, not even calves, it's your brain. You work that muscle out and you figure out like what you gotta do to be successful, to convince yourself that whatever you gotta do is gonna work and you're gonna do it regardless. Like, that is the key right there. That is one thing. Like, as much as I might get down on myself sometimes about certain things, or I'm stressed out or whatever, like, this never stops. You know, if I'm having a bad day, go to sleep, wake up, next day's a new day. We get it done regardless. So that would be that. Thank you for your question. Remington, when you first started YouTube channel, you weren't really trying to get lots of views and get big, but now you're trying to expand your business, trying to grow on social media. What made you change your mindset, and why did you decide to do that? Because that's the logical path. If you're not trying to grow and get better, then I don't know what you'd be doing it for. Like, there's a lot of channels out there where maybe they're just making videos of them talking, and it's not really like, I mean, you gotta have a master plan if you wanna be successful. Like, I think anything you put time into should ultimately have a payoff of some sort, right? Whether that's like trying to grow a business, whether that's trying to grow a YouTube channel, even if that's hanging out with your family, right? You got to look at your payoff as like the happiness that brings you, or the growth you're imparting upon your family members, children, whatever, your friends. So like, there should always be a payout. Anything you do should have a direct end result that's going to be positive and beneficial for you or people around you, right? So you got to have that mindset. Like, YouTube channel, I wasn't really trying to get lots of views in the beginning, but then I seen the potential, and I realized that like that could put money in my pocket, allow me to live my best life, quit my job. So I did that. My mindset, I don't even know if I changed my mindset. I think my mindset was just kind of forced to change as I seen what happened. There's two buttons. You press one, nothing happens. You press the other one, $1 comes out. You're gonna keep pressing the one with the $1, and eventually it switches to 5, then 10, then 20, then 10,000, right? Consistency, man. Thanks for your question. Next question from Mr. Omar. You've grown immensely as a YouTuber, and you've always been open about your past lifelong struggles you faced. If it wasn't for those struggles, where do you think you would be today? Have you grown to be thankful for the things you've been through? Of course, you gotta be thankful for your journey and everything you go through. And that's what I tell people, like, no mistakes, only lessons. Every hardship, every bad thing you go through, every person that says X about you and makes you feel X type of way about it, right? All of that is shaping you into the person you need to become to be successful, the person you need to become in order to live your best life, right? You can choose to let that stuff defeat you. You know, the last couple of videos, I've maybe taken it a little harder than I should, you know, and that's on me, and I apologize for that. But like, all of that makes me better right now. And that's why my response is always that, like, when people have things to say, I'm like, you're just throwing fuel on my fire. The more you doubt, the harder I want to work, right? I'm almost thankful for it in a way. You have to be thankful for those struggles, because like, that shapes you. If it wasn't for those, I have no idea where I'd be. I have no clue. Like I said, I've been through a lot, and it's all led me to this moment right here where I'm talking into a camera. So I can't complain. Can't complain. Got to embrace those struggles, guys. No such thing as a bad day, only a bad mindset about said day. From It's Max, I hear you mentioning being addicted to video games. I thought maybe you also said something about an issue with drinking. How did you get out of the vicious cycle? I was addicted to drugs for a long time, finally changed, and I would love to hear your story. I'm just gonna keep it short and sweet. I realized video games, alcohol, opiates, every addiction I've had, I realized that none of them were doing anything for me. At the end of the day, like I kind of spoke about earlier, is it directly helping you at all? Is it really? Is it short-term satisfaction or is it long-term benefit? And none of those were doing anything but short-term, making me happy, if that's what you want to call it, maybe putting a happiness mask on, you know? Ultimately, the next day, I was more depressed, more upset, and it just, none of it was beneficial. Now, I do enjoy alcohol from time to time, very minor. I do still play video games from time to time when I can, but like, you know, my goals are more important, and they're always gonna be more important from here till I die. So success, progress, that is what I'm addicted to right now. So I kind of just replace those addictions with fitness and getting better every day. That's a winning formula right there. Thanks for your question, Max. We have from Sabs14, what was your low point that made you change your lifestyle around? How did you overcome it to be the successful individual you are today? My low point was when I was in a relationship for like 5 years and she left me because I was addicted to an MMORPG and I was also addicted to opiates. So I had nothing. It was get high, play video games, get high, play video games, get high, play video games. That was it. When she left, I realized that like I had nothing. I literally didn't have nothing. I had no money. All I had was this game that I thought made me happy. And at that point, I decided I was going to quit everything cold turkey and go to the gym. One of the hardest things I ever did, by far, one of the hardest things I ever did was coming off of all that with no help at all. No help. Painful. Makes you sick. Your whole body aches. You feel it's terrible. It's the worst. I wouldn't wish it upon anybody. So I can sympathize with people going through that. Addiction is no joke. And you go through that stuff and you don't even realize what you're doing to your body until like it's too late. Yeah, that was my low point. And I just realized like I was disappointing everybody around me, you know? So made my mind up, get my body back, and we're gonna see what we can do. And then, you know, we're right here. Thanks for your question, man. Appreciate you. And last question from Vehemen9, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but how do you overcome a fear of failure when trying to achieve your goals? This is a good question to end on. So, fear of failure. Ultimately, it is a fear you're having that is unfounded, right? We all fail every day, all the time. Think about it in terms of like when you go and practice something. Let's say you're practicing for a sport when you were in high school and college, whatever. The only thing that practice is controlled failure. You're failing over and over and over again to get better. And that's all you have to look at anything you're trying to do. You're going to fail. It's going to suck. You're gonna fall flat on your face multiple times, but you have to be able to go out there and take that and grow from it. Use it to shape yourself into who you're trying to become. We'll use Conor McGregor, for example. He was not the best guy out of the gate, but you practice consistency, doing it over and over again. You have no choice but to get better. So for me, I enjoy failing. I do. Anytime something doesn't work out, like I'll be editing a video and I'll notice that maybe we didn't shoot it in the right settings or whatever, it doesn't look as good as I want. I go, that sucks. But next time we do it, I know what I gotta do. You know what I mean? Like you get better, continuously improve, and you cannot be afraid of that failure. The fear of failure is probably what holds 99.9% of people back, keeps them from going after their dreams, keeps them from being successful, keeps them working for someone else and not for themselves, right? Is that they're scared of failure. I had to take a leap when I quit my old job to start doing this full time. I had to take that leap. Did I know if it was gonna work out? I wasn't sure, but I believed in myself, right? Here we are today. So like I said, believe in yourself. Don't be afraid of failure, because like failure is just a crazy term that we all for some reason think like we fail and everybody's gonna point and laugh at us. That's not the case. That is not the case. Even if they do, imagine what'll happen when you do succeed. And instead of pointing and laughing, they're pointing and going, oh man, he did it. He did it, right? Yeah, don't be scared of failure. Failure is a necessary part of growth. You fail every day, more times than you know. You're just not thinking about it that you would consider those failures. But ultimately, wins and losses, right? You're gonna have the losses, but you have to have those to have the wins. So thanks for your question, man. That is all the questions. Woo! Nice little Q&A. Hopefully I didn't talk too long, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this. If you did, smash that thumbs up button. I leave for LA at 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm gonna try to get this out to you guys. By the time you're watching this, I'm probably gonna be on a plane on my way to LA. So looking forward to that. Lots of big things on the horizon. I know in the last few videos, I might have seemed a little stressed out, and it's true. I've a lot on my plate right now, but we're gonna get better. We're gonna get better. I'm at a point I need to just, you know what I mean? Like the negativity, I'm just not even gonna address it. It is what it is. Like it's gonna be there regardless. I'm gonna win regardless. I'm gonna keep doing me regardless. And I hope you guys adopt a similar mindset. So no matter what, we can all win, baby. Just gotta believe in yourself, right? With that, I'm out here. Thank you guys so much. And as always, don't forget to smile, remain positive, and pay someone a compliment, because you never know whose day you can make it better. With that, we are out here. This has been a Remington James production. I will see you fine, ladies and gentlemen, at the next video. See you guys.